Travel Talk, where our expert magical memory planners discuss ways you can have fun, memorable, and stress-free family vacations.
Hey everyone, welcome to Travel Talk. So I'm really excited about the topic of this Travel Talk episode because it is very near and dear to my heart. So this episode, we are going to be talking about traveling with teenagers. So teenagers are definitely a unique group. We've talked about traveling with children and how to accommodate them in the past, but on this episode, I really want to talk about traveling with teens. And I have a little bit of experience with that since I have 3 teenagers myself. My kids are 13, 15, and 17. And we've learned a thing or two in the last couple of years about traveling with teens and how to really make that a fun experience. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So the first and really most important thing about traveling with teens is getting your teens to buy in. They're not going to really want to be told where to go and what you're doing. You really want them to be excited about the vacation, have it be something that they're actually interested in themselves and something that they really want to do. And that's where you really get their buy-in. And then once they're into the vacation and they're really excited about it, it really makes all the other things a lot easier. So one of our suggestions for that is really just to bring them into the conversation. So it might be a good time to sit down and say, hey, let's make a bucket list, a family bucket list. What are the destinations, vacations, and experiences that you would like to have, say, before you graduate high school? And can incorporate that into what you're thinking about for a family vacation. So it might be something they learned about in school or something that their friends have talked about, but just a destination or an experience that they would really like to have before they graduate. And making that bucket list together can be really a fun experience. So once you have their buy-in, or while you're in the process of getting their buy-in, there's kind of 3 main things that we found that teenagers really need and really help them on vacation to have a good time and be part of, the fun of the vacation. So the first thing is teens love independence. They like to be able to do things on their own. They're not quite all grown up yet, but they kind of think they are. So they really like to have some independence on vacation, especially. That is something that when picking a destination is something you should probably keep in mind. So there's lots of options that will really have the opportunity for your teens to have independence. And of course, it depends how old they are, how responsible they are. And of course, if you're traveling with a couple of teens, whether it's siblings or cousins or friends that they can be with, because really no one should be traveling alone, right? Or hanging out by themselves. But if they can be in a group of a few teenagers, they can have some independence and do some things on their own. So one example of this, or one destination that really helps with this, is cruising. Cruising is something that, because the ship is relatively contained, the teens can go off and kind of have their own thing. A lot of cruise lines have teen activity centers and clubs where the kids can hang out. So it's kind of a safe place for them to be. A lot of them will have like mocktail bars and things like that. So they can get drinks and smoothies and their own pool, activities and mixers, everything from gaming to karaoke and activities for the kids so that they can meet other teens and hang out in a semi-supervised but parent-free environment. So that's one thing that gives them some independence. Cruises are also, like I said, kind of contained. So for our family, when we cruise, our kids have a lot of freedom on their, when we're not out at, when we are out at sea. So once we're in port, we might have an excursion together as a family that we've picked. But while we're on the ship, they kind of have free reign. They can go to the room, they can go to the pool, they can go to the buffet. I often find them there getting ice cream for the 45th time. They can go to the sports courts. And so sometimes the conversation at dinner is, well, everybody has to be at dinner. We always have dinner together as a family. But the conversation at dinner is, what are your plans tonight? And I'm actually asking them, what are they planning to do? And they kind of figure out what it is that they want to do, whether they've met friends or they're planning to go up to the sports court. Sometimes they want to hang out with mom and dad, which is awesome too. But they get that independence of choosing what activities that they want to do. And it's a relatively safe and supervised place for them to do that. So, considering their independence and allowing them to have some of that independence on vacation can be really fun for them. The second thing that teens love, at least my teens, is eating. They eat a lot. My boys are eating all the time and they are growing and they are hungry. And so it's really funny to me, when they say that they're starving and I'm like, how is that possible? We just ate. But they do love to eat and they love to eat frequently. And so a vacation that allows them to kind of have as much as they want, whenever they want, is always a big hit with them. So one of our, an example of a great vacation that's a good fit for that is an all-inclusive. So we took our kids to an all-inclusive last year, and they really had a great time. They enjoyed room service in the morning and at night. There was a little dessert place called Coco's, and after dinner, they on their own would go to Coco's and stock up on pretzels, and then they'd go back to the room and they'd end up ordering cheesecakes and eat them in the room. So they, again, tying in that independence, but also had lots of eating choices. They were able to eat off the adult meals. They were able to have whatever they wanted. They really enjoyed all the drinks that they could get as well, because typically, going to a restaurant, it can be expensive to get some of the blended drinks and stuff, but at an all-inclusive, it's all included. So they had their fill of virgin pina coladas, and there was a drink called Dirty Monkeys that they liked. So they had a virgin Dirty Monkeys. They liked the pina coladas and the strawberry daiquiris and Shirley Temples. And so one of their favorites was they came away from the pool bar with quite a collection of Shirley Temples lined up on the side of the pool that they were drinking. I don't remember how many they had in one day, but they were keeping track. So, just having the free reign to get whatever they want, eat as much as they want, try lots of new things. And it was easy for me because I didn't have to tell them like, no, that's expensive. We can't have that. So when you have big eaters in your family and those teenagers are enjoying those bigger meals, and all-inclusive can be a great option. And when they get to eat whatever they want, they're having a lot of fun on vacation. So the third thing that we found teenagers really love is what's trending. They love to know what's trending. They want to be in the know. FOMO, they have fear of missing out. They want to create FOMO in their friends. And so having destinations and activities that are at the top of that list, knowing where their friends are going, what everyone's talking about, and having an experience that they can kind of say, hey, look what I did. This is crazy. You're going to love this. Everything from they enjoy getting their passport stamped and traveling to other countries. They felt like that was a big thing, to really the theme parks, where the newest ride, like the Velocicoaster at Universal Studios, or the brand new rides at Epcot with the Avengers, is another one. So just being the first to be able to try these things and go on these attractions and experience these things, create that trending thing. And there's a lot of things on TikTok that the kids are looking at, as well as other social media like Instagram, where there's a trending video or trending photo or a trending location. And so they want to get the picture at Disney in front of the purple wall, or they want to, get the photo ops of these different food items, depending on what your teens are into. But they definitely want to, make those videos, make those TikToks and get those pictures. And so they want to be in the know. And one of the great examples of a vacation that can really fit that is a Walt Disney World or Universal theme park vacation, because they'll get to ride those crazy rides, the Velocicoaster with its like huge drops and all the crazy things that they do, and all the Harry Potter stuff and all the Star Wars stuff, and all the things that, they want to show that they got to do and that they want to put on social media and have bragging rights. So that really, pumps them up and gets them excited about it. So as you're making your bucket list and as you're talking to your kids about your vacation and working on getting their buy-in and getting them excited about the destination, keep in mind that you're going to show them like, this is a really great vacation because you guys can do this on your own, or you're really going to love, these special drinks that you can get, or these special food items you can get, or the unlimited food items you can get. You mean I can get pretzels, 4 or 5 of them, brought to my room at night? Yes, you can. And, they really enjoy those types of things. And then they get excited about the destination, the vacation, and you get their buy-in. And once you have that with a teenager, you're golden, because now they're all in. And so we just really encourage you to have those conversations, find out those bucket list items. And we have a lot of agents at Magical Memory Planners who have teenagers. We understand the eye roll. We understand those teenage ways, and we want to help you make those magical memories together and get that buy-in and get those kids engaged and really make those vacations to last a lifetime, because before you know it, those teenage years are over. And I'm not ready for that, but I know that day will come. So let us be there to help you. And I hope you enjoyed some of these tips for traveling with teens.